Hi guys, this is your grandma. I'm going to be giving you a brief introduction to some Japanese words that you might come across when you move to Japan. This one is regarding Diary of a Tokyo Teen and some of the words that she runs into when she goes to Tokyo. And I'm going to go ahead and show y'all where exactly she's actually going to Kashiwa. That's where her grandparents live. But you might be going, so like here's the island of Japan, and Okinawa is part of these little islands that's just outside of Japan. Sorry if the focus is going out, and you're just on the outer side of China. So it's funny because one of the big places there that sells an American or a hamburger type style burger is called Moss Burger. And apparently Moss Burger is kind of like the McDonald's in Japan. So not really sure if this is going to pertain to you because you might be living in Okinawa, but a lot of the Japanese students wear uniforms to school. Another thing is that there are all going to be all kind of different types of Japanese television programs. So kind of like ours, but a lot more reality TV is what it looks like. And once again, not sure if this is going to pertain to you, but apparently bath time is no longer bath time. It's either you dunk and wash and dunk again, or you take a cold shower. Not really sure that pertains to y'all because like I said, you might be in Okinawa. One of the places that you might go to is Harajuku.
Harajuku.
Harajuku is a actual fashion district in Tokyo, and you can get there by train. And this is apparently a map of the train and train stations there in Japan. One of the things about the subways is apparently they are really clean, not like New York City. Unless something has changed, this is the actual picture of the Harajuku station. And it is over 100 years old, and a lot of people go to this station. This place is called Condomania, and Condomania looks like it is kind of the Spencer's fun shop here in the States. This is one of the big fashion districts that they were talking about is Takashita Dori, and it is off the train station, the Harajuku station. Also in Japan, apparently desserts are an art. So here are some treats that are sweets. And then there's also the famous crepes. So crepes are really big over in Japan. And apparently there's all different kinds, as you can tell. This right here is known as the bullet train. This is the one that comes out on all the movies and everything. And it is actually called the Shinkansen.
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 So one of the popular dishes is tonkatsu.
Tonkatsu. Tonkatsu.
It is a type of pork stew, it looks like. Another part of the famous or more popular dishes there in Japan is the tonkatsu and also the katsudon, which is the breaded pork on top of the rice with egg.
Katsudon.
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 This one is going to be really hard. Apparently in Kyoto, there is a temple of the Golden Pavilion. And I'm just going to translate it.
Kinkaku-ji. Kinkaku-ji.
Kintakatsi.
Kinkaku-ji.
I'm sure you boys will get it. But yes, it's the Temple of the Golden Pavilion, and it is a Zen Buddhist temple. Looks pretty interesting. So on top of the kinkatsu, there is a golden phoenix. And it says here that it was a reconstruction because apparently the original one was burned down by a crazy Buddhist monk. So in Japan, there are going to be a lot of these, what they call dry landscape gardens in Kyoto and other places. And apparently this is a famous one, and it is called...
枯山水. 枯山水、
Kararansi. There is a name for these rock formations, and it is called the rocks of Ranjoi. I know I'm not saying it right, so I'm going to translate.
龍安寺、
Ranji,
龍安寺、
Ranji.
龍安寺、
And apparently there is a rock there that is a love rock. And apparently if you touch it, you get to fall in love. And you're supposed to do something here where you walk from one rock to the other with your eyes closed. Not really sure how that works, but okay. So apparently in the Gyeong district in China, that in Kyoto, that is where you might see a geisha. And apparently they really do have geishas in this district. And about an hour from Kyoto, there is looks like a giant Buddha temple that it is called Nara.
奈良、奈良、
Nara. And it actually is some kind of big tree that apparently you can go through, and it is a big tourist stop. So more than likely you may do this if you get into Tokyo, but or further in. And yes, there's lots of people that do this. They go through the bottom of that tree stump. It does say here that the national treasures are looks like reindeer or deer, and they're spoiled rotten. Everyone wants to feed them. There is also a giant Buddha, Daihatsu,
大仏、
and it looks like it's translated Great Buddha.
大仏、
Daibutsu. So the young tourist had a wonderful time there in the Kyoto with her grandparents. So when they got back to Kashiwa, it was time for a matsuri. Looks like a chicken on a stick.
Matsuri.
Matsuri. Looks like a treat. So actually, Matsuri is actually a 2-day celebration, and apparently lots of tourists, and they have all kind of food on a sticks, which is what the Glow Girl's holding. So sorry about that, guys. And it looks like they have kind of like a festival is what it looks like. They'll have dancers that look like they're dancing in their socks, but they're not. They're actually shoes. They'll have citizens dressed in kimonos, and it looks like a parade festival that's going on as well. Vending machines are apparently everywhere, so you don't have to worry about that if you get thirsty. There could be something weird about the toilets. Not really sure. It looks like it's been problematic for her. And now she goes into Tokyo. This is the Kaminarimo, means Thunder Gate, and apparently this lantern that's inside there weighs almost 1,500 pounds.
雷門、雷門、
Kaminarimo. After their trip to the big giant lantern, they went to Mr. Donut, which is apparently the equivalent of Dunkin' Donuts and Krispy Kreme over there in Japan. So there are some things that might be similar. So apparently there really is like an anime town. It's called Maytown Arikababa.
秋葉原、秋葉原、
And apparently they have a lot of the girls dressed up in the anime type maid looking and promoting their cafes. Sunday at Yogiyo Park, you might also see some additional kind of dancers. Libos Harajuku.
レベルズ原宿、レベルズ原宿、
Libos Harajuku. You can also go to get sushi in where the sushi is served out on a conveyor belt. We went to one in Raleigh over here, and it was a lot of fun. We got a lot of different plates, and apparently you just stack up the plates from all the eating that you get off this conveyor belt. And yes, ramens are a big thing. Ramens has apparently everything, and they have different kind of ingredients. So I don't know if y'all remember the movie Hachi. Oh my gosh, yes, it's there also. They actually have the doggy Hachi there, and he actually has. It's not Hachi. It is
8個、
Hachiko.
8個、
Hachiko. Not sure if that came through. This is her list of things that she loves in Japan, and I hope you guys end up loving it as much too.